from EO Boston, you're watching EOtv.
Hi, welcome to EOtv. I'm Randall Mauricio.
And I'm Terry Apostle. His name may not be synonymous with thrill and adrenaline, but his company sure is. Speaker and entrepreneur Huang is the man behind video game accessories for smash hits Guitar Hero and Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, today he tells us how new developments in the gaming industry create opportunities for entrepreneurs. Take a look.
Kai, I wanted to ask you, what does the language of the virtual world mean to you?
Well, the language of the virtual world to me means, how do you take software, right, and do something that creates a product that's engaging, people find interesting and useful. Software is really changing the way that we pretty much do everything, and that's really what the virtual world and the language of the virtual world means to me.
And so, why do you think that this is an important message for entrepreneurs to hear?
I think more and more so software is literally changing the way we do everything. I mean, it's making things more efficient, but not only that, it's actually literally creating new businesses that never existed before. And so as entrepreneurs, we have to understand what the impact of software can do, how that can not only make our businesses more efficient, but ultimately how that can create new businesses, because that's what entrepreneurs are all about.
Definitely. And so, what technologies do you think that entrepreneurs can really benefit from, and especially softwares that are out there that they really need to know about?
I think there's a lot of new and cool technologies that are out there, and there's certainly a lot of different ones that are very useful. I think as entrepreneurs, though, the most important thing that we need to figure out is, what does the customer want? What are they looking for, right? What is a consumer looking for? And if you can figure that out, then you can figure out how to apply the technology to that. So I kind of look at things really from what is the problem that you're trying to solve, and then how you can apply the technology, because technology in and of itself is great, but it doesn't solve problems. And where you can really succeed as an entrepreneur is figure out how to solve that problem. If you can solve the problem, then the technology hopefully will be there to do it.
So I guess on that note, is there anything that you're working on, any problems that you're seeing out there that entrepreneurs might need to be thinking about?
Well, one of the areas that I'm most interested in, and I've been exploring for the last year, is trying to figure out how to get people healthier. And it's a very broad category, but what I love about doing games and what I had done in the past is there were some games that were actually fitness-related games. So people were playing the games and they were getting fit at the same time. And so I really love that concept. So how do you take this concept of what we do in games are create fun, engaging experiences, and how do you design something that's fun and engaging around something that people typically don't find fun? Getting healthy isn't something that people find fun. They have to do it, but they don't find it engaging. So how do you create something that's fun and engaging? They're doing it because it's fun and engaging, and that side effect is they're getting healthier. So I love that concept, and at the end of the day, not only hopefully if we can come up with a product, is that beneficial for people, but it's something fun and interesting for me to work on.
So it seems like, in the past, video games has been for a particular niche or market, and now it looks like it's expanding. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, video games, is really a broad medium, right? And it's certainly expanded in the last 5 years, thanks to platforms like Nintendo Wii and even games like Guitar Hero, which have really broadened the audience. Whereas traditionally the core audience has been males, 14 to 24. Games are a lot of fun, and you're getting a lot of people who enjoy playing games. You just have to make the right games for them. You're seeing a totally new class of games right now, games on Facebook, like Farmville and Cityville, where in the first 2 months of the game, captured 85 million unique players.
Wow.
And that's a ton of people, right? And what that really means is that if you can find the right formula and build the right product or build the right game, then you really, really can get a very broad audience.
And so, is this just in the U.S., or do you think that this is an international scope or an international medium that entrepreneurs need to truly be aware of and make make a place for it, just like social media and things like that?
Games are clearly a global opportunity. Everywhere you go, people are playing games. I think the only difference between us in the US and people in different parts of the world are what platforms they play on. So we tend to play more on consoles, Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo, Wii, Microsoft, Xbox. In Europe, platform as well, console platforms. In Asia, they tend to do more PC and mobile games. And those games are expanding even here in the US now. Angry Birds on mobile, one of the most popular games, right? World of Warcraft on the PC. So you're starting to see, originally, regions have specific platforms that they play on. And now you're starting to see games go across all platforms, across all regions. So I think there's still a huge opportunity left for companies that are creative and want to create, interesting and fun products.
Well, thank you very much for sitting down with me and with EOtv. Is there any last thoughts for our entrepreneurial audience?
Entrepreneurs, I think, it's such a challenging thing, right? We go through so many ups and downs. As one of my entrepreneur friends said, it's the highest highs, and with the lowest lows. But the one thing that I find most fascinating is that I love sharing ideas with other entrepreneurs. So, to all the entrepreneurs out there, keep doing what you're doing and share your ideas, and that's how we all learn and grow.
A quick announcement before we wrap up today. We're excited to tell you that EO is moving to YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. As part of our mission to inform and entertain entrepreneurs, we're making the transition so we can continue to meet you where you are.
EOtv will be back in July with a new look and location. Until then, Randall?
Management works in the system. Leadership works on the system. Stephen R. Covey, but I'll gladly take the credit. Thank you very much.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.